Welcome back. Hottest show in the galaxy. It's the Karen Hunter Show. We're here on Sirius XM Urban View Channel 126. Sherri Shepherd is in the house. I'm just going to be unorthodox and introduce her. Sherri Shepherd, she needs no introduction. I don't need to even look at my sheet because it's Sherri Shepherd. That's all you need to know. In the hizzy.
Hey.
Look,
Karen.
Look
You
at you.
so pretty.
Look at you. I'm so distracted right now. I'm going to do this. Here's what I'm going to do.
I can't look at me. I'm looking at you.
Okay, I'm looking at you.
You're so pretty.
And you're pretty too.
I like your hair.
Oh,
You
thank
have a pretty face.
Well, that's my daddy and my mother, and I'm the gentle blend of both of them. So, no, who can take credit for how they look? Do you know what I'm saying?
I like that you say a gentle blend because some people have very aggressive faces, and you're a gentle blend.
I look just like both of them, and the older I get, the more I look in the mirror, and I'm like, "There's my mother."
There was a girl named Tammy Luz Vardy who used to beat me up all the time in school, and I remember her mom was Asian and her dad was black. Now you would think, oh my gosh, she got the worst of both of them. Woo! And she used to beat me up every day.
She was just angry.
Oh, she was just mad.
Because she was supposed to be fine.
Like, she was supposed to be fun. She was supposed to look like that lady on Soul Train, that Soul Train dancer.
That one? Yes.
You
remember her from back?
I do. She with the long hair.
Yes.
Girl, her hair wouldn't grow to save your life. Everything was wrong.
So she got the worst of both.
She got the worst of both.
That happens sometimes.
Tammy. I wonder whatever happened to her.
Pretty people should not have babies together.
Some pretty people, though. They
name two gorgeous people whose kids look good.
Two gorgeous people whose children look good?
Their children are...
Nicole and Boris got their kids. I was just thinking, Nicole and Boris.
Can I say something?
Uh-huh.
Boris is fine. She's all right.
No. Have you been up close to Nicole Parker?
But I'm just saying.
Okay, then I have to tell you. Nicole may be one of them ones that on TV you think, she's stunning.
Let me look at their kids. Which one? Which ex-husband?
The boxer dude.
The white one?
Yeah. Well, she ain't.
You think Nyla is gorgeous? As gorgeous as her mother?
Is cute.
You think she's gonna be better looking than her mother? I'm saying
I think she's gonna be pretty.
Like
gorgeous.
I think those recessive genes.
Zoe Kravitz is really pretty, and she had. See,
she does not look as good as either one of her parents, though.
Well, that wasn't the thing.
That
wasn't the question. Who looks as good as their parents? You said pretty people should not have babies.
Because the kids
now I think that babies that are really ugly are gonna grow up to be beautiful.
That could
happen. If you have a really ugly baby, never fear. They're gonna be fine.
We shouldn't even be talking about people's children like this.
You are.
Oh, that's right. That's why I don't have any. No, my father used to say that you should never have children. All right, and I'm not. So there you go. And I'm gonna talk about everybody's kids. All right, Sherri Shepherd's in the house.
Hey, girl.
You can follow her at Sherri with an I, E Shepherd. What's the E for?
Yvonne. Sherri Yvonne Shepherd.
Oh,
my middle name.
It's a pretty name.
Thank you.
So, heart health. Super important. I want to deal with what you're here to do because we could sit here and chit chat all day. And we're going to get into some other topics because I got you for a minute. But talk to us about Going Red.
They asked me to be a part of this. It was the Go Red for Women. And it's about cardiovascular disease and how heart attacks and strokes, it's the number one killer in the community. Now let's get to Black folks. It's the number one killer in the African American community. And if you're diabetic, which a lot of us are, you got a 1 in 4 chance of having a heart attack or a stroke. And I have lost my mom at 41 to diabetic complications.
Mother was 41?
My mother was 41 years old. She had a stroke and diabetes, and she passed away. My auntie, we just lost her last year, diabetic. Had in my and they're in heaven. It's all good. They're over in heaven playing with each other, playing bid whist. My grandmother and my grandfather. All heart attacks and strokes. My dad had a
diabetes?
Stroke. They had diabetes, yeah. And it just runs in my family. And so if I can use that platform to say, come on, my sisters, you do everything for everybody and you put your health on the back shelf. And they did a survey, which is like over 50% of Black women feel heart attack and a stroke is not a priority with their health. This is a study they did. Like, you got to sit down and take care of you and say, what does my heart look like? And so I really wanted to, in a fun environment where we put on pretty dresses, but we still called attention to it.
So how's your diabetes?
My diabetes, oh my goodness, they're pre-diabetic level. Because I've been off sugar for 340-something days.
You still not doing it?
I'm still not doing sugar. No.
So it becomes easy after a while, easier.
Karen, I wouldn't say that it becomes easier. It's just that I want to live. When your son says to you as you eating a candy bar, Mommy, if you die, who's going to be my bodyguard? And I said, what? Because I was irritated and my numbing process had started. I was numbing out and was about ready to
That's your drug of
go.
choice.
That was my drug of choice.
Candy bar.
And I said, what? And he said, if you die, who's going to take care of me? And I have a son that was born in 5 months, 5.5 months, a pound, 10 ounces. He says he doesn't have special needs. He's got unique challenges. He's got therapy, counselors, brain mapping, all this other stuff that I got to pay for. And I said, if something happens to me, I had this vision of the doctor saying it is incurable and you have so many months to live. This was a vision I had. And me thinking, what if I had changed this? And it was like God was saying, you don't have to think that. You can do it now. And I said, this is in my control. I'm eating cheesecake out the garbage can. I'm eating pink berries 6 times a day. I was using 66 packets of Splenda a day. 66, because I would go to McDonald's and get those large iced teas, the unsweetened, and I would put 22 packets of Splenda within the iced tea, so because I wanted it to taste like sweet tea. And so I was ingesting 66 packets. I was addicted to sugar, so that's why I chose it. I was like, it's got to go. And so it has been 340 days. Is it easier? It's a little bit easier, but sometimes. I was in the hotel room the other day, and I was sitting there, and I wanted to. You gotta walk out the room, girl.
Go.
we had a phone, but I was in the hotel the other day, and I was fiending for sugar. I needed a cookie, a cheesecake, something. And I said, Sherri, how you gonna feel if you eat it? I'm gonna feel shame. I'm gonna feel guilt. And do you want to feel those? No, I don't. Then the answer is no. And then I was like, but then if I get a salad, in the dressing is gonna be sugar. And basically, I had to treat my body like it was a little I was pouting, having a day. I popped myself on the arm and said, go to bed. No, the answer is no. Was it easy?
You parented yourself.
I had to parent myself, and I had to get in the bed mad because I wanted, you got that thing, the incidentals, you open up that little cabinet.
They got everything.
They had M&Ms and Almond Joys and Reese's Cups, and I was like, I want that. And it was just like, no. And I went to bed, and I was so glad I woke up the next morning. And I was.
You were okay? You didn't
I went to kickboxing. I denied myself.
You look amazing.
But can I say? And I'm not preaching. Amazing. I'm not preaching to anybody.
You should preach.
Sugar. They show that sugar is more addictive than cocaine, and that's why I think people go through it when they go, I can't do it. The withdrawals are so severe. 3 weeks, I literally was in a fetal position, curled up. I couldn't even think straight. But it has changed my life in terms of my mental focus. I've been up since 1 this morning. I've had no sleep. But my energy level, the way I hear from God, I just realized God sounds like Barry White. Like I never heard that before. But what I'm hearing from him, the ideas that I'm going to my team with, the things that I want to do, I've been trying to pitch a talk show for years. Everybody been saying no. And it's like I'm so clear about the kind of talk show I want. I'm just clear-headed. Opportunities are coming my way, and I know it's because sugar is not in my life on top of my face. It's not a mask. I'm not in a fog anymore. I was in a fog all the time eating that sugar. I'm eating out the garbage can.
Yeah, no,
that's
not that's
how
normal.
addicted I was.
Let me tell you,
there we go.
And they're parallels because for some people it's sugar, for some people it's sex, for some people it's something else.
I
right?
wish it could be sex.
Yeah, no, I mean I just interviewed Devon Franklin, and he has a book called The Truth About Men, and he's talking about lust, and he says, and I was like, how do you break something that you feel in your that you have to have? And he said, you wait 10, you do a 10 count, and then you ask yourself, what are the consequences if I do this?
It's
and it's the same thing that you just said about the sugar. And if we could just not be impulsive and take a minute to parent ourselves, to love ourselves, take a minute to ask the question, what happens if I do this thing? Maybe it's a fit of rage. Maybe it's that,
I ask people, I'm walking a girl through it now that's going through no sugar. I'm helping her with it. And I said, Monique, the comic, said something that stuck with me for years. She said, you're willing to die for the people you love. Are you willing to live for the people you love? And it just stuck with me. And it's just like, those of you who are listening who have children, there is a certain way that only you can rub their back when they going through something. When they're going through something, they want mama. They want dad. Only you can do that. Not auntie, not cousin. If you are needed, if you go, what are they going to do? Your purpose is combined with theirs. Who's going to teach your daughter to love herself, to not fall for every Tom, Dick, and Harry that's out here? Who's going to teach your son how to be a man when life kicks him in the ass? You. And if you're gone, that's a void. My mother left at 41 years old when I was in my 20s. Do you know how many the abuse and men and stuff that I went through because I just didn't have my mom.
Right.
The mistakes that I made. And those of you who go, well, I don't have any kids, who would care about me? You got a dog or a bird, who gonna take care of that damn dog? I don't want that dog.
Or a parent.
I don't want you. You got parents, elderly parents who need you. Somebody needs you. And they need you to be healthy. And if you sick, also, I didn't want me being sick and that stopped Jeffrey from going to college because he got to wheel me in a wheelchair somewhere. You being sick affects everybody around you. Somebody got to take off work and derail their dreams because of you. So let's get it together. Let's look up and live your best life. God didn't want for you to live your life breathing heavy, walking up the stairs, joints aching, walking with a cane. A cannula machine in your nose, CPAP, and I say CPAP because my daddy got one, the CPAP machine. And I dated somebody, went on a date with somebody. He had a CPAP machine. That was really weird.
Child.
That was really. I said, what is that thing sitting by your bed with the water in it? That's a CPAP machine. But that's not the way you called to be. You got a purpose. So we gotta put up a big girl panties. A big boy draws.
Yeah.
And let's be grown-ups.
Listen, and even, we talk movement on this show a lot. The things we want to do as a community. How much better can we move, if we are healthy in the process?
If the stuff that you can do if you're healthy, that's the thing. And get together with your friends. If you get together with your sisters and do a walking, get the babysitting club. Somebody babysit every weekend or every other weekend, and y'all go walking together. I do kickboxing with my girlfriends. I love I found a kickboxing place here in New York. I love it. I take salsa classes. You always got a cute dude from Serbia that will lead you in a salsa. You can live out so do something that you love to do. But it starts with putting one foot in front of the other.
Besides the fog lifting, what other significant things did you see after 370 days?
Over 340 days.
Wow.
No sugar.
Wow. What else have you seen?
I've seen, of course you have weight loss, but I thought I'm 51. I don't feel 51. I feel so like your skin gets better. I used to have eczema, literally, and this, I know it sounds gross. I used to have like eczema in my ears, like scaly skin in my ears, gone. No sugar. I mean, the detox process, you gonna go through it. I smelled like you wouldn't believe the odor that comes out of your body because you're detoxing. But my skin is really soft. I got a lot, because all the toxins, my eyes used to have really dark circles. No more. I got brighter. I'm not high yellow, but I got brighter. Like my skin just lightened up.
Right.
I feel good. And I mean, who would have thought at 51, I would have been running down a beach with a supermodel named Ashley Graham doing a swimsuit photo shoot. I mean, I was like,
I'm telling you.
I said, God, you got such a great sense of humor. It is, who would have thought I'd be walking down a runway in a thigh-high slit dress? I mean, the opportunities that have come my way since I've let go of sugar, it's just been amazing. And I think I'm open to it.
I want to give you a Nancy Pelosi clap.
I'm telling people, if you run towards what you fear, you take control of your health, you take those steps, stuff happens on the other side. You make a move, God makes a move. You make a move, the universe opens up to allow you to walk through and brings opportunities your way. It's such a spiritual thing.
Well, people who don't have that, right? And I just started a whole series on God and talking to different people about their relationship to God and how it shows up. Because I think a lot of folk are in bondage around God because God's not active in their lives. God is, one-dimensional.
Right.
It's, in a book, it's somebody telling you something, but they're not living a God experience.
Right.
You haven't always lived a God experience, even though you've always known God. When did the shift happen for you?
Wow, probably, man. When I was growing up, it was very religious. It was very rules. It was this person going to hell if they don't do this. It was very black and white. You do this, you're going to hell. I lived through fear. It was a fear of God. And I think probably within the last 7 years is when I started to really see God for who he is, that he loves me and that every little thing I do, he's not going to punish me. He's not going to take away my career. He's not going to, come down with fire and brimstone because I made a mistake. So I probably in the last 7 years, I really have had a different relationship with God and he's become real.
Did someone introduce you to something? Was it something you read? Or,
I think it did. I think
or
it
was it just life? And then
I think it was just life. I really think so. And then I really saw with my son being born 13 years ago and the miracle of my son being born.
Jeffrey's 13.
Jeffrey's 13 now. Girl, he walks around with a 24/7 hard on.
Okay,
I didn't
that's
know what to do
enough
about that. I just because I'm a woman and I'm going. You a man? Does that change? Does that go away? Look, he got a hard on right now.
No, don't
look. Don't look.
Now I am looking now.
No, don't look. But he says it doesn't go away. Like he can't take any pills or anything. Amoxicillin. Look, he looking at me like it don't go away.
All right, for the people who are at home who can't see, there's a gentleman in the studio who's very quiet,
and he's looking at me and nodding, going, "It don't go away." He's like, and I'm just saying this because his hormones are going crazy, and he's sullen, he's moody, and I'm like, "What did I do to you? What did I do but love you?" And I said, "I don't know who you are, little ninja, but you better leave this house and bring my son back. I can't kiss him no more." He told me these lips are for destiny. That's a little girl he like him young, little 12-year-old he like the little young
Is this the
ones.
white girl?
No, she's black.
Okay,
she's black.
But
the way she treat, no, he's still like the white girl because the way Destiny treat him, she gonna drive him right back up. See, sisters, I'm telling y'all, stop this. He goes, "Mommy, why?" A little girl named Camila. He liked her. He said, "Mommy," I said Camille, and she said, "My name not Camille, it's Camila." And he started moving his neck. He said, "Why she move her neck like that, Mommy?" And I didn't mean to call her by the wrong name. I said, if y'all don't just be gentle. Just a little bit gentle.
866-801-8255. Sherri Shepherd's in the house. She's going red, y'all. Spreading the word. This feels like the gospel. This feels like a gospel that you're spreading. I love it. I love it.
Oh, I'm just saying have a real relationship because life will take you out, especially in this day and age. You got to have some kind of faith beyond who you are to get you through the day, to get you up, because happy is a temporary place of being. You want to have joy. That despite what is going on around you, you got some joy.
Wow. Let's go to California. Angela wants to ask you a question about sugar. Let's welcome Angela to the Karen Hunter Show. Sherri Shepherd's in the house.
Hello, Sherri. I have been following, and hello, Karen, and everybody else who's in the studio. I have been following you just recently, haven't gotten into acting myself, so I follow you on Instagram. And having gone through getting diabetes 2 years ago, I have used you as an inspiration about giving up the sugar. However, my question for you is, how do you do that completely when sugar is in everything? Sugar is in our salad dressing, so I want to do salads more, but it's in my salad dressings, it's in ketchup, it's in bread. How do you do that? And do you, when you say you're on no sugar, do you not, consider those little things? To what extent?
Yes, you have to look at it. For mine, it's really extreme. You have to look at everything. When I go to restaurants, I never order the salad dressing from a restaurant because all of the salad dressing has sugar in it.
Even the balsamic vinaigrette?
The balsamic vinaigrette I will get, but some of it you have to watch. Olive oil, I will get them to drizzle olive oil over it. There's also something, you have keto-friendly dressings if you want to carry it in your purse, like hot sauce, and bring it with you. But I would say try it for 30 days. And see what you can do in 30 days.
Try the extreme. Because there's something about the extreme,
because
shutting down, detoxing.
You want to detox your body. But with ketchup, I don't do barbecue sauces. I never do. I don't do because barbecue sauces are too sweet. It's very restrictive. And I would tell you, ma'am, because you have diabetes, that bread got to go. All the white stuff, pasta, cereal, bread, white rice, that all has to go from your diet being diabetic because that converts to sugar in your body. So please be careful. But you asked how I do it. I literally, for me, I stopped cold turkey like I was getting off drugs. And you can't escape sugar. So if it's less than 5 grams, because some stuff just has sugar in it. Yeah. So I try to get anything that's less than 5 grams. So I hope that helps you.
Does that help, Angela?
I started putting tomatoes in a crock pot because I stew tomatoes to make my own, even like sauce for your tacos, marinara sauce. It's got sugar. So I put those tomatoes in a crock. I put it in a crock pot, the tomatoes, and season them. And I make my own sauce because you can just let that go. I don't want to make it seem like I'm a chef, but I just started doing that. You start getting more vegetables with olive oil, avocado oil, avocados.
Okay. All right, Angela, listen, you can do this.
You can. It's just the work. That's the hard thing. It's like when you tell people to go vegan. They're like, I want my ribs. People want to know if they want to know if you can put it in pill form. Let me take it and still be able to eat what I want.
Well, I want it easy, but if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. First of all, and most things worth having, you have to work for.
You have to work
because
for them.
it builds a certain muscle that allows you to be prepared for the next thing that's coming.
It does.
You won't be blessed for the next thing unless you're ready for it. Like training for a marathon or a race. We're running a race,
and there's no growth without some pain. I feel bad when people say, "How you do it?" It's work. It's
hard.
And it's hard.
And sometimes you go to bed angry like a 2-year-old throwing a tantrum.
You do, but when you go through it, you feel so good, and those little moments of victory make it all worthwhile. So that self-talk becomes stronger when you talk. And when you first start that self-talk, you like, I don't care if I feel guilty or shame. He done ghosted me. I can't get in touch with him. I don't know where he at, and I feel I want to eat. But as you keep doing it, you get stronger. Your discipline gets stronger.
Are you back in the dating space?
Girl, oh my gosh. I think I'm ready, but it's a little scary.
Yeah, well, girl, what happened to you is textbook. Like, that should be put on a billboard
like
somewhere.
I tell people, I can't afford another one. And if you don't know, Google
it. Yeah, because we're not talking about the details. But, yeah, that was enough to deter a lot of people from...
literally, because Karen, from going through 2 very high-profile divorces, I lost everything. And I'm saying financially. Like, you see me on TV and smiling and dancing and doing all that. I lost everything. The first divorce, lost everything. And when I say that, lawyers are the most expensive thing. I lost the home that I purchased, that I had worked so hard to purchase. I had to start, when I was doing the newlywed game, y'all, them checks was going straight to the attorneys. And so for the first 3 years of the View, I was broke. Because I was paying lawyers and attorneys' fees and alimony.
People don't even realize that.
They don't even realize that. And then that's why I was taking all them second jobs. When they was like, Sherri, you the hardest. I needed them jobs.
Right.
Then the second divorce, I lost everything. Attorneys, alimony, child support. And I'm at the place now where I'm working my way up from ground zero. It's starting to come back up. But it ain't no joke. And so when I look at dating somebody, I'm like, this is I'm better by myself. But it's I'm open. I need somebody who's on the same level as me or higher.
How about higher? Because you've done lower. And
that's not being gold digger or shallow. I need you to be able. I need you. If we get together, you have as much to lose as me.
Equally yoked.
You really do. And I think that women got to understand that. Like, y'all both got to have something to lose if you break up. For me, I was the one on the losing end. Yeah. They gain. But, so, and that's a little harder, being honest.
Well, let me just say, your strength of character, because some people can't come back from one hard hit. You've come back now twice.
Girl, but for God.
Yeah.
Because there was some moments in there. I remember calling Niecy Nash, and I was like, I think I'm having a nervous breakdown. I lost my hair. My hair fell out. I still trying to get my baby hair back. My edges. Oh, my goodness, girl. I there was one point I was so depressed, I cut all my hair off. You can find pictures on Google. I cut all my hair off. Cedric the Entertainer used to call me baby hair because all my hair was gone. I couldn't take it anymore. But, at this point, it's like, I'm open, but I'm doing my stuff. I heard a pastor say, let him interrupt what you're doing. So I'm working on Sherri and what I like to do and developing and producing. And if somebody comes along that's nice.
But you're not pursuing.
I'm not pursuing, no.
I love that. All right, what are you in? What are we going to see you in? What are you
my
working
goodness.
on?
Let me see. I got a movie called Walk, Ride, Rodeo.
What? Yeah?
Walk, Ride, Rodeo that's coming out on Netflix sometime March 8th on Netflix.
Okay. Netflix is doing the most.
Netflix is it. I got a TV show coming out on Netflix called Mr. Iglesias with Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy. That's my sitcom that's on Netflix. That'll be out in the summer of 2019.
I saw he's got a comedy special.
Got a comedy special. I got a comedy tour called Ladies Night Out with Nene Leakes hosting. Lonnie Love from The Talk, she's hosting. Lonnie Love from The Talk. Adele Givens and me. And that's March 9th.
March 9th.
At NJ Pack.
Oh, okay. Hello.
We're also in Los Angeles at the Microsoft Theater. We are in Dallas at one of them centers in Dallas. So I'm back doing stand-up.
So if they follow you
I'm a beast on that stage, girl. I do stand-up 4-5 times a night. And then I got a movie coming out August 9th called The Brian Banks film. And you may remember Brian Banks. He was a high school football player. He had been recruited to USC as a linebacker, and he got involved with a young girl at his school, and she accused him of raping her. And at 16 years old, he was arrested and charged with rape.
Lost his career. And then he ended up coming back. But
yes, he went to prison.
Yeah.
They had him plead no contest. A lot of our men plead no contest because they have no money for an attorney, and the state don't want it. The government don't want to put a public defender on it. So they told him, if you plead no contest, you'll be out because you're a straight-A student. He pled no contest. They wouldn't let him talk to his mother. He pled no contest. They sentenced him to 6 years in prison, in an adult prison at 17 years old. He got out, had to wear the label of a pedophile for 6 years, couldn't get a job.
And then she
came forward and said she lied. So he got the Innocence Project to represent him. He got exonerated. I play his mother. And it's my first big dramatic lead in a film.
Well, you know you can do that because you're a talented person.
I'm very excited. That's coming out in August. And I think I'm working on my book right now. And I think, and just being a mother. Trying to be a mother to this 13-year-old.
With the perpetual heart on.
Girl, this boy. Oh. But he don't let me kiss him. Like, I got to drop him off 2 blocks away from school so he could walk. But he says to me, Mama, can you tuck me in?
Okay,
can you rub my head?
So he's out there stunning.
Oh, he's fronting like you wouldn't believe. But you know what I'm scared of, girl? That he'll get his girlfriend, and I'm going to say to her, you know what, honey? Jeffrey likes his clothes washed this way. He likes it when you make his eggs this way. And she going to look me dead in my eyes. She going to go, I know what your son likes, Miss Shepherd. And I'm going to melt into the floor in just a bucket full of tears because there's something you're doing for my son that I cannot do.
And nor should you. So we'll just leave that right there.
I wasn't saying all that.
We'll just leave it right there. Sherri Shepherd. I love it. Jeffrey, you have a great mother, and your son is going to
He'll realize that in probably about 35.
He knows it already. He knows it already. He just,
They just take you for granted. They want you there, but they don't want you there.
You'll be all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, so I'm going to support all of this. And then we're going to go on the website. SherriShepherd.com and follow her at Sherri E. Shepherd. And as far as the American Heart Association's national movement, how do we get involved with that?
You go to Go Red. It's GoRedForWomen.org. Okay. And they can tell you all about how you take care of your health, the little steps. And I tell people, you don't have to do like me, stop sugar all at once. But make little changes. So maybe get half of that cheesecake. If you like soda, I've been off soda for 6 years. I'm going to tell you, you get off that soda, woo, changes in your body. I've been off soda 6 years. But if you trying to get off soda, drink 2 glasses of water before you even drink that soda. You keep doing that, you will look up a lot of little changes. You'll look up in a year and have big results. I guarantee you. Go with your girlfriends. Find one dance class that you can go to, a hip-hop class. Something. Take a tennis class. Do one thing. Take that wig off and go to the gym. Tie up that weave and go to the gym. Do you know white comedy clubs in the rain are so crowded? Black comedy clubs are not. Do you know why?
Our hair.
Black women don't want to come out because our hair.
And the men don't care.
The men don't care.
So let's stop.
Don't let the hair stop you.
Let's stop. Yeah.
Don't let the hair stop you.
Or go natural.
Go natural.
Easy. Yep.
There you go.
I love you.
I love you too.
Sherri Shepherd. Follow her everywhere. I appreciate you. Thank you for being here today.
I love being here, girl.
Oh, come back anytime.
Oh, I'd love to. Thank you,
I would
girl.
like you to co-host next time you come. Just that
would be so much fun.
Yeah.
To chop it up with you. I would love that.
Listen, it's the Karen Hunter Show. We'll be right back.